Hello everybody, welcome to this week's training. Once again, not sure how many people we're going to get here today because I've not publicised this very much at all. Been no emails sent out, nothing done about it. But it's here. Those of you that are here should get some great benefits from it, hopefully. And if you can just let me know in the chat section that you can hear me. Just type in a yes or can hear or see the screen and hear or whatever. And then we can get on with with moving forward this week. I want to talk to you this week as a friend. I want to just tell you about making money. There's no BS, there's no hype, nothing in this. I just want you to understand what it takes to make money online and how you can do it and how you can achieve the lifestyle that you want. Ignoring all the rubbish that's talked out there, putting all that to one side. If you're serious about making money, you're in the right place. If you're looking for something that is that doesn't involve any work, doesn't involve any investment of time or money or anything else, if you're not prepared to learn, if you're just hoping that you're going to strike it rich, then this isn't for you. But if you're serious about making money online, then I'm going to teach you today all you need to know. Okay, it won't be in massive depth because we've got about an hour, but it's going to give you the foundations. And then what I'm going to do in the coming weeks is I'm going to go into each of these different parts to go into them in a bit more depth. Once again, it's not going to be massive depth. I could spend a week's seminar on each of these things, and I could fill it at $5,000 a head. But if you take what you're taught and you're prepared to learn from it and build around it and implement it, you will get on the right track. And I see we've got people that say they can hear me, so that's good. So what it's about is making money. There's no BS here. We're just going to talk straight to you. I'm going to tell you about it as if I was telling my my brother, my sister, my father, my mother, explaining what's involved. Whether you do that or not is your choice. It's very, very achievable for anybody to make money online. So my intention with this webinar is I want to teach you, number one, I want to teach you some good stuff so that you get a real benefit from being here and say, this guy knows his stuff, I should stick with him. And then at the end, I'm going to make you a valuable offer that's going to make me some money. Some will buy and some won't, and it really doesn't matter to me either way. I am Graham Frame. I've been making money online since 1998. I've been making money offline with my own businesses since 1978. And before that, I made an awful lot of money in the corporate world. I am not a rags to riches story, but I've had my ups and downs. I've been bankrupt once. I've been without money once. And I assure you, they're not the same thing at all. Bankruptcy, you know it's coming, you can plan for it. Being without money is something that just happens, bang, and you suddenly find that you've got no money. It may be short term. With me, fortunately, it was only about 6 weeks while I managed to liquidate some assets I'd got. But 6 weeks without cash isn't easy to get with, because you get your electric switched off and your water switched off and things like that. So as I say, I've had my ups and downs, but mainly they've been ups. And in the course of the, 40 years or something that I've had my own businesses, and even in the time before that, I've learned a lot about businesses and what makes them work. So I see that most people online are doing this. They're spinning the wheels. They're not getting anywhere. They're doing the same as everybody else. They're talking in the same way as everybody else. They're trying to do things in the same way as everybody else, and they're not getting anywhere. And if you're sick of spinning your wheels, what it means is you've got to change. You've got to do things in the way that works and not the way that everybody else is doing, because what everybody else is doing is not working. Okay? 95% of people online don't make any money. They don't make any profit. Even the ones that are making money, between 90 and 95%, are usually making very little, and a lot of it, a lot of times it's not even profit. You know, they might have spent $10,000 on getting into some program, setting it all up and doing things, and then they start making $200 or $300 a month, and they are classed as a success. And out of that $200 or $300 a month, they're probably spending half of it on products and things anyway. So if you're sick of spinning your wheels, you're in the right place. If you're looking for an easy option, you might as well leave now, because I'm telling you now, there isn't one. There are ways to do things. It's not that they're hard, it's not that they're difficult, it's just that they are different, and you've got to learn to do things the right way. You've got to start getting some traction. And this is the last slide that I've had time to prepare today, because I've been doing lots of other things, and we've also got a little bit of sickness in the house, so I'm looking after people and doing whatever. But I'm going to talk about each of these things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items that are essential to you making money online or offline, really. But I mean, we're talking about online. So if you want to get traction, what you've got to do is you've got to learn about all these things. You've got to learn about traffic, how to get it, where you can get it, what kind of different traffic there are. You've got to learn about converting that traffic into leads, and how to segment those leads so that you know what you're doing with the leads you've got, how to talk to them. You've got to have an offer that you can present to people, at least one, something that you want to sell. And it's got to be a good offer. It's got to be an irresistible offer. And it needs to be not just a single item. It needs to have the back end where you can get residual income and where you can get higher ticket sales and all this sort of thing. And it's got to be sufficiently profitable on the front end to cover your advertising costs. You've got to learn about funnels, how to build funnels. I know that if you're promoting affiliate offers, or you're in a home business or whatever, they're going to provide you with landing pages and opt-in pages and sales pages and everything else. And every man and his dog are using those same opt-in pages, landing pages and sales pages, and everybody out there has seen them from 200 different people, and so they're not interested. And that's what happens if you're in an opportunity, like, so let's say Herbalife, for example, and you're promoting, and I don't know how many distributors they've got, but they've probably got a couple of 100,000 at least. If you're promoting using Herbalife's stuff, then you can bet there's another 200,000 promoting using exactly the same stuff. And to make sales, to do well, to make money online, you've got to stand out from the crowd. You've got to find a way of getting your head and shoulders above the rest of the people, because if you don't stand out, you're going to do what the others do, and that is not make any money. So you've got to be able to produce your own funnels, your own landing pages, your own squeeze pages, your own sales pages. Okay, you can eventually, once somebody is sold on the idea, send them then to the corporate page, you're going to have to do that where they sign up or where they buy whatever affiliate product it is you're promoting or whatever. Okay. Emails, you're going to have to learn how to craft emails, because I don't care how good your leads are, I don't care how good your offer is, I don't care how good your funnel is. Most people are not going to buy when they go through the process. You are probably going to get, if you've got a real good funnel and you've done a lot of pre-selling and you've done really well with it, you will get 25 to 35% sales if you do everything 100% correct. If you are not using your own offers and funnels and everything else, and you're doing what the average person does, you'll be probably getting 5% sales if you're very lucky. 2% is probably about the average, and a lot of people won't get any because they just won't have sufficient people going through the system to make those sales. Okay, so what happens to the 98% to maybe only 60% that don't buy as they go through? And that's what your emails are about. They're about getting to know those people, getting to find out what they want, getting to educate them into how you can help them with what you are selling, so that down the road they will decide that this is what they need to move forward. And if you don't know how to craft those emails and how to do it, then you need to learn, because if you don't, you're not going to make money. You even if you get everything else right, okay, you might make some, but you're going to be leaving most of the money on the table. And you've got to know how to generate the sales from everything that's going on in there. And how you do that, there are lots and lots of different ways. And this is something else you need to learn, and it will depend a lot on the product that you are offering, the value of the product, how you're going to close that sale, how you're going to make those sales. But you've got to have a way of having a very strong call to action which gets people to buy, and that can be wrapped in all different ways, and we're going to talk about that. As I say, we're going to talk about things in greater depth as we progress through the following weeks. I'm going to talk about each of these things in more detail, but if you really want great in-depth stuff, then you need to get on either personal mentoring or coaching, or there's something I've got at the end that I can tell you about that is going to help you. So let me just check now. Yeah, very poor turnout, which is probably what I expected. However, we're recording this for posterity, and I will be sending the link out to the recording, so we'll get people there. What it means is the people that are here can take part in the questions and answers, and the people that aren't here live can't. So if you've got questions at the end, when I've been through things, I'm happy to answer questions on any marketing topic or aspect of what I've been through, or anything that I've not been through, anything connected with making money online. So I'll be happy to do that. So do we have let's see, do we have anything coming up in the chat section at the moment? No, I know, Remy, you've got some questions, but if we can leave those till later. I know you left a message on my Facebook thing. I don't have time to answer Facebook messages. Most of the activity that I do on Facebook is not even done by me. I employ people to manage my Facebook accounts. I don't have time, patience to do any of that. So So occasionally you'll get a message from me, but a lot of the time it will be from somebody that I've employed that is making responses in my name. And that makes sense because I can employ people for, you can get people to do this, people in the Philippines, from $3-4 an hour. I pay them more than that because I can afford to pay them more than that, and they need the money more than I do. But it's up to you. I would recommend that you get a VA. You don't want to be spending time messing around on Facebook, because it's just not profitable. If you can get somebody to do it for, let's say, just $5 an hour, I mean, you can get them for less, but let's suppose $5 an hour. $5 an hour, let's look at a 40-hour week, you're looking at $200, $800 a month. If your ambition doesn't exceed $800 a month, you're in the wrong place now. You need to understand that your time is far more valuable than something that you can pay somebody $3, $4, $5 an hour to have done for you. It's something that I see commonly. I was a business and marketing consultant offline, and I dealt with all sizes of companies, from large corporations down to the one-man band, retail shops and this sort of thing. And one of the things that drove me out of doing that eventually was just dealing with people that are self-employed. They don't have an entrepreneurial mindset. You tell them what to do and they won't do it. It's not so bad working with corporations, because you tell them where they need to get on track, and they say, okay, we're paying you for this, let's get it implemented, and they tell their staff what they have to do. So that works. But you're dealing with a one-man band, and you say, you know, you're wasting your time brewing the tea, taking the rubbish out and cleaning the windows. Get somebody to do it. Oh, well, I can't afford to get anybody to do that. You know, and it's the same online. I speak to people online that get hold of me, or that my staff, my VAs, pass through to me, people that say they want to make money, and I ask them how much they've got to start. Oh, well, I don't have any money to start with. Okay. How much time can you spend? Oh, I can spend a lot of time, 4, 5, 6 hours a day. But I haven't got any money. Everybody has money. It's what you choose to spend it on that is the difference. Everybody has money. If they didn't have any money, they wouldn't be online in the first place. They wouldn't be able to afford the phone, the internet connection, whatever it is, the computer, whatever they're using to get online. So they have money. It's just what they choose to spend it on. And if they don't choose to spend it on their business, they're living in hope, because to be successful in a business, you have got to put some capital investment in place. And there are very few ways that you can make money without doing that to some extent. I even offer them a course. It's Eric Humland's course, actually. It's a brilliant course. It's how to make money online without spending any money. I'll leave you a link to it if you want at the end. And I can't remember what he sells it for, but it's like $30 or something like that. And these people say, oh, if I have to buy it, I'm not interested. Okay. Wrong mindset, wrong attitude, and that should be in here as well, actually. It should be in here, maybe even at the top, because let's put it in there. Because if you don't have the right mindset, the rest of this doesn't matter, in honesty. If you are not of a mindset where you are looking to add value to the world, give value to your clients, give value to your subscribers and followers, give value to whoever you come into contact with, then you're not going to succeed. If you are just looking to take, and before you start giving, you're just not, it's not going to work. And another thing, I mean, I get people coming to me and saying, you tell me this opportunity is really great, but it's going to cost me X amount of dollars to get involved. If it's that good, I'm prepared to work it. I haven't got any money. You set me up in it, and I'll work, and I'll pay you out of the profits. Once again, mindset is totally wrong. The best way I know of making money, certainly guaranteed 100%, is a McDonald's franchise. Okay, everybody that takes a McDonald's franchise out makes money. What's the snag? The snag is a McDonald's franchise will cost you $1 million, and you've got to have something like 350,000 in liquid assets before they'll even consider you. And I think they're now only taking multiple franchisees, so you can't buy just one franchise. You've got to buy 2 or 3, so it's going to cost you $2, $3, $4, $5 million to get set up, and you're going to need probably $1 million in liquid assets to get going. So by the same basis, because you're guaranteed to make money, why don't these people just go to McDonald's and say, hey, McDonald's, I am prepared to work really hard, and your system is great, your franchise is great, everybody that has your franchises makes money, so just set me up in my own franchise and I'll pay you whatever you want out of the money I make down the road. Okay, now that isn't going to get anywhere with McDonald's, and it's not going to get anywhere with me, and it shouldn't get anywhere with anybody. So you need to get your mindset right, and you need to start seeing the big picture. You need to start seeing what value there is in something for you rather than how much it's going to cost you. One great example, Richard Branson, when he set up his Virgin Airlines, and it's a good job he did, because Apple destroyed his Virgin Records business with their MP3s and iTunes and things. But when he set that up, he looked at the airline business and he decided that it wasn't run very efficiently. He could do a better job. So he looked around for a second-hand aircraft. And they're not cheap, second-hand aircraft. They're less money than new ones, but he went out and he bought a second-hand jumbo jet. Now, most people would have gone out and said, I can't afford a second-hand jumbo jet. Richard Branson said, if I have that jumbo jet, I can fill it with people, I can do a better job than the airlines, I can make the thing pay and build an airline around it. And that's how he started, with one second-hand aircraft, which he borrowed the money for. When he got ready to launch Virgin Atlantic, which was not too far down the road from that, he got home from his first flight and all the hoo-ha and everything, all the paraphernalia, to find out that the bank had pulled the plug on him, and he'd got no money. They wanted to get out. They weren't lending him anymore. They'd stopped his overdraft facilities and everything else. And so even the people that you perhaps see as these great billionaires who have these massive, they have their problems, they have their troubles too, and they have to get over them, and they just don't let obstacles stand in the way, because they have the right mindset. They understand what they are going to achieve before they've done it. They know, they set their goals and they move towards it. And their intention, as was Richard Branson, was to provide better value for people that were flying, because he thought the service that was offered in general was not good enough. And so he wanted to provide better value to people. And that was his mindset. And that's what he said about doing. And he didn't let obstacles like, oh, well, I don't know whether I can afford a jumbo jet, get in his way. He said, I need a jumbo jet to get started. Where can I get one? How can I raise the money? And he did it. Okay. So you need the right mindset. Somebody, I've just seen a message saying that can't hear me anymore. I suggest, if you can't hear me, you need to let me put a note in. It is working because I've got my monitor working. I'm monitoring it on another laptop. So if can't hear, reboot the page or reload the page or whatever you're supposed to say. I don't know. Because as I say, I know it's working because it's working on another laptop that I've got that I just keep my eye on a little bit. So hopefully, if we got anybody else here, can we just have confirmation from other people that they can actually hear? I know Trish can, because that's who's on my other laptop. Remy says he can't. Dennis and Dime, if you can just let me know that you can hear. Okay, Remy says, okay, it's working again. Okay. Well, I hope you've not missed too much. But so that's important. You need to get your mindset right. You need to have the idea that you're going to give value, and by giving value, you're going to build a business. Not you're going to build a business and see what you can flog to these poor unsuspecting people out there. Okay, do it the right way around. And if your intent is right, you will get better results. If your intent is not right, that'll come over. Even if it's in a written ad, somehow it'll come over and you won't get the results that you're looking for. Excuse me. Now then, traffic. Most people that are online see traffic as the answer to all their problems. They say, oh, if I can only get enough quality traffic and drive it to my offer page, then all my problems are solved and I'll be able to retire and have this life on the beach with my laptop that everybody talks about. It's not that way. Traffic is just one tiny part. And you need to understand about traffic. There are different ways of getting traffic. There are lots and lots of different ways of getting traffic. I'm not going to go into unpaid traffic at this stage, but there are what people call unpaid traffic. If I were you, my best advice is ignore unpaid traffic. Okay? You're never going to get rich with unpaid traffic unless you already have a massive business, and then it's going to build because you will then get organic traffic. If you're starting out, free traffic is not the way forward. It's no good to you. You can't scale it up. It's so time consuming that it's not effective. So ignore it. You want to be looking at paid traffic, and there are different types of paid traffic. There's pay-per-view, pay-per-click, there is CPA, cost per action traffic. There is just buying leads and sending them to a website, and there are solo ads, and there are probably quite a lot more. and there are combinations of things. One of the best forms of traffic currently, where you can get good leads at pretty low prices, is from YouTube, and that in itself, that that's a course just on its own, and you don't even have to have your own videos, but it's better if you do. But you can do it just by putting your ad on other people's videos. And at the moment it's very inexpensive, but as I say, that in itself, I mean, I could talk for a week on that, and that is probably one of the best sources of traffic at the moment. But what's been the best for years, and which is still probably the best way of getting traffic, is solo ads. But you've got to know where you're getting your solo ads from. You've got to know that they are decent solo ads. There are a lot of people out there selling absolute rubbish solo ads. You'll buy clicks, and they are from people that are sat in an office in Vietnam, just clicking on links. They're never going to buy anything. They get paid. In fact, they get paid literally nothing. The cost of the electricity for the office is higher than the wages bill usually. And these people just sat there, and they just paid to click on links so that it gets click counts up. And there's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of traffic that's sold that comes from places like the Philippines. Now, I've got nothing against the Philippines. In fact, there are some great, lovely people in the Philippines. But I'm telling you now that for the most part, if you send a solo ad to the Philippines, you will get loads and loads of clicks. People will click on whatever it is, and they'll get whatever you're giving away or whatever it is. But the chances of anybody buying anything are extremely limited. People in the Philippines, generally speaking, do not get their hand in their pocket and buy anything. And the same applies to lots of other countries. So you need to know where your traffic's coming from. You need to know that it's genuine traffic, genuine clicks. You don't want to waste time on places like ClickBooks, I think it's called. That's all this rubbish traffic. I suppose the top end of the rubbish traffic are sites like Quarterpaid and Maps and things like that. When those sites start up for maybe a month, you can get some pretty decent response, and the longer they go, the worse the response gets. So the advertising on those sites goes down and down and down, so that if you were in Maps, I don't know when it started. I got in when it started. I can't remember how long ago it is now. Time passes so quickly. It might have been a year, might have been 2 years, might have been 3 years. I don't think it's 3 years. I think it's probably over a year. Then you got very good response to your ads. You could virtually advertise anything, and people would click on it, and the response would be pretty good. If you're advertising on Maps now, for those that don't know what Maps is, it's called, what is it? myadvertisingpays.com. If you're advertising there now, your response is going to be very low, very, very low. You'll be lucky if you get any decent response at all. And the same applies to all these other surfing sites and surf exchanges and whatever else they want to call them. So that's not good traffic. Good traffic is targeted. It's targeted to your niche. If you're selling gout cures, you want to be able to target the market that's likely to be in, people that have gout. So you want an age range that is there, which is probably 40 plus. More men have gout than women, so you want it probably targeting males. You want them to be able to pay for your cure and understand what you're telling them about. So they want to be English speaking, and they want to be from Western Europe or North America or maybe Australia or New Zealand. And They want to be interested in health, and they want to be suffering pain. And so you need all these things involved in that, if that's what you're selling. And that's what targeted traffic is. Most of the solo ad providers don't have that facility. Most solo ad providers are in the home business or internet marketing niche. And most of the traffic that you'll get from most solo ad providers are what are called tire kickers. They're people that are just looking. They're not really that interested in buying anything. So, okay, somebody says Maps started in December 2013. Yeah, I couldn't remember when it started. I thought it was over a year. But as I say, time passes so quickly, I'm never really sure. As I say, I was in at the beginning, and I've never promoted it because I don't think it's a good opportunity. I mean, you put in, I can't remember how much it is now. I think it's about $60,000 to get it up at the top level or something like that. Might even be more, and to make about $1,000 a month. It takes you get returns. If you've got that much money, I can tell you where to put it to make far bigger returns than you'll get with Maps. Okay, and people say, oh well, you get this from you get extra from selling this as well, because if you've got somebody who's got 1,200 ad packs or whatever they call them, you earn 600 a month on that, or whatever it is. I don't know. But you've got to sell somebody and get them up to that level, and that if you put in that much energy in, there are better opportunities. And that's why I've never promoted Maps, quite frankly. But it did. I mean, I look at surf swaps, and I get my people in the Philippines. They do the surfing for me. I don't do it. I just say, okay, how many credits do we need to advertise on there? And you do the surfing to cover that, and so on and so forth. And so we take on the new ones. And yeah, I still going with Maps because it's sort of self-financing, and it doesn't cost me a lot to get somebody to do the surfing. But the leads that I get from Maps now are negligible. I get hardly any, even though I'm probably got more ads going out than I had when it started. So that's going to be the same for all of these surfing sites, whatever opportunity they are. Okay, I'm not knocking them. If you like that sort of thing and you want to play around with them, that's fine. But understand that if you're going to work that hard to get people into these things and to get them to build up their lead packs to a level where you're making some money, and you're going to invest what you're making in lead packs, there are better places to put your money and your time and effort. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so traffic. So anybody, I was talking with I don't know whether you know a guy called, or have heard of a guy called Shakir Hussain. I was talking with him a couple of months back now, I think. And he's a guy who he's only about 25, 26. And he is a top earner in Empower Network, and he's a top earner in Mobe, which are two high ticket programs. And he's made over $1 million gross in both of those opportunities. And I believe he's the only person that has made over $1 million in both of them. And he has done that 99.9% through solo ads. Okay, buying solo ads, building his list, promoting to his list. And that is what he has used to generate I think he's made, in the last 3 years, made something like $4 or $5 million, and his income now is at the level where he makes $10,000 a day. So, and up. I mean, that's a bad day for him. Solo ads. He believes in solo ads so much that he now goes to data centers. He's got the cash and capital to do it. He goes to data centers and he buys traffic from them. And he has his own solo ad business as well as the other things. And he supplies solo ads to people like Dagan Smith. If you're buying them off Dagan Smith, they're coming from Shakir. He supplies to, who else does he supply to? He did tell me, I can't think. But and if you want to get them from him directly, it's soloadagency.com, I think. Soloadagency.com. Is he the cheapest? No. I mean, you can buy solo ads from probably 25 cents upwards, but they're going to be rubbish. I think Shaq sells them for they're probably going to be, if you're buying small quantities, round about $1.20 per click. But if you're getting bigger quantities, I'm sure that he'll do you a discount once you're doing a few thousand a week. So that is solo ads. Solo ads still work. Solo ads are still probably the best and easiest way to build your business as far as traffic is concerned. Okay. What you've got to understand is, if you're buying traffic, if it's, let's talk round figures, if it's costing you $1 per click, what is your opt-in rate? How many people are actually opting into your list for the ads that you send out? And you need to be aiming for 30% and up. 25% is poor. Anything less than 25% is real rubbish. You've got a really bad magnet or a bad landing page, or the list is rubbish. You can get much higher than that, but around about 35% is normally considered as worthwhile. So it means that if you're spending $1 per click and you're getting about 35% opt-in, it's costing you $3 for a lead. Okay, so a lead is costing you $3, and that's not unusual. Good leads, and people that are honest will tell you, good leads, they will be paying anywhere between $3 and $5 and sometimes more for a good lead. So if what you're selling is selling for like $10 commission or even $30 commission, you're going to struggle to break even with paid advertising. Okay, you need something that is producing $50 commission or more to do paid advertising. And if you are so wrapped up in your business model or the MLM company you've joined or whatever it is, that you are determined to stick with it and make it work, that's great focus, and I admire you, and there's no reason why you shouldn't. But understand that if you are promoting something like a multi-level marketing thing and you are making less than $50 commission on somebody that buys, you need to promote something else first. You need to promote something that will make you $50, $60, $100, $150 in commission on the front end. And you need to build your list, and as people are in your list, you can explain to them that this is what you do, this is how you're building your list, and this is what the thing that I'm really interested in promoting is, and it's this wonder vitamin or whatever it is that you're selling. Okay, and explain to them that that is where you make all your residual income, and this other thing here that you're offering is what covers your advertising costs. Okay, so you need to do that, you need to do that. You've got to have this set up in some way that you cover your advertising costs. To do that, to convert your best lead, you need the best squeeze pages. And once again, if you're using corporate squeeze pages or squeeze pages from your MLM company or your affiliate promotion squeeze page or whatever it is, how many other people are using the same squeeze page? You're not going to stand out from the crowd. So you've got to be able to build your own squeeze pages. You've got to be able to build them, and you've got to be able to test them, and you've got to be able to see which are performing, and you've got to keep on modifying them so that you get the best possible results. And you've got to have something worthwhile for people to opt in. It's got to be the right product for the market that you're looking at. Okay, it's what's called the M2M, message to the market. It's got to be congruent. It's got to appeal to that market. It's no good offering a free steak dinner at a vegetarian meeting. You know, they're not going to be interested. So you've got to make sure that what you're offering suits the audience, the traffic that you're generating, the traffic that you're buying, and that is so important. So so you need to build your own squeeze pages. You need to be able to do that. To do that, you need your own website. Okay, people will tell you, oh, you don't need your own website. Look, I'm telling you now that there is nobody making a lot of money online that does not have their own website, and probably several of their own websites. You need a website. It's not going to be expensive. Your domain registration is on average $1 a month. You pay $10 or $12 a year for a domain registration. That's your own personal domain. And your hosting will cost you I don't know, you might be able to get some limited hosting, but you don't want limited, you want unlimited hosting. Limited hosting you can probably get from $2 or $3 a month. You want unlimited hosting, and you don't want ads and sponsorships and things like that on it. You want it so that you can do what you want with your website, and that's going to cost you on average $7 to $10 a month. Okay, so it's not expensive, but you need it. It's like, that's your shop on the high street, and that is where you can build your own squeeze pages. And if you don't know about how to build your own squeeze pages, then you need some plugins or whatever that'll help you do it. WordPress is probably the easiest and the most popular way of building websites. WordPress is free, so that's no problem. You just stick that on, and if you can use a word processor, you can build a WordPress website. It really is as simple as that. But to build good squeeze pages, you're going to need to go beyond that, and there will be lots of plugins out there that you can get. One that I recommend will enable you to do a lot more. It'll enable you to build sales pages. You've got lots of templates. They are customizable in every way possible, and it's simple to use. It's drag and drop simple, and that is called WP Profit Builder, and you can find that at wpprofitbuilder.com. And that is a great tool, and it's what I now use on all my websites. I build everything using that, the new pages. Some of the websites I've got are on older systems and themes, and to change them all over is a massive task, because I've got a lot of information on there. So it's only new stuff, and fortunately you can do that with WP Profit Builder. You can just put the new stuff up using that. But that will enable you to build squeeze pages that you can make totally unique. And then you need to be able to have a great offer. And even if you're promoting something like, what's the hot selling thing on ClickBank at the moment? It's that Venus weight loss program for women. That is going gangbusters. But every man and his dog is promoting it. And the offer that they're promoting is exactly the same. They're sending everybody to the same page, and it's a great page. They've spent tens of thousands of dollars on that page so that it converts. But it's not going to convert for the masses at better than 2, 3, 4, 5%. If you're really looking, you've got great traffic. So what you need to do is you need to pre-sell people on it. You need to go through a system where you are generating an offer and you are adding bonuses into it, and you're getting people to say, yeah, I want this, before they've even seen the sales page, so that when they get there, all they're interested in doing is buying it. They're not interested in that sales page. And so you've got to be able to craft an offer, and that involves copywriting, the same as your squeeze page does. Your squeeze page less, but you've still got copy on a squeeze page. There's less of it. So it's easier to learn to do a squeeze page than it is to craft a good offer. I have a guy that works for me. He charges $25,000 to do copy for an offer. Okay. And why will people pay that much? Because if you get the copy right and you get the traffic right, then your conversions are going to be right. But it's not easy to do on your own. So you need to craft an offer. You need to know how to craft an offer. I mean, I don't use this guy all the time. I do a lot of my own stuff as well. But you need to understand copywriting and how to put together an offer. And you need to know how that is going to fit into a funnel. You need to be able to build your own funnels. Okay, and you can do this with your own website, because you can move them from one page to the next page. After they've opted in, you can move them to, I would suggest you always move them to a branding page where you explain who you are and why you're interested in them and how you're going to help them. And then from that page, you can move them onto a pre-sales page where you explain what it is that the problem is that attracted them there, why other people are having that problem, how you found that was a problem and how you found the solution to it, and then how you can offer them a shortcut to get to that solution. And that's like a 3-step process. You take the problem, you emphasize the problem, you explain a difficult way of solving that problem, and then you offer them a shortcut to the solution. And that then it is crafted into a funnel. Now, when people get there and they get to your page, they've got the chance of then going to buy whatever it is you're selling, this Venus weight loss program. You can send them there. You can also, if they are going to leave and say, oh, I'm not really interested in that, you need to have another page that they go to, which is an upsell, something different. It needn't be less cost. It can be just more value in this. So you can send them there where they can get something else, like a personal training course. There's a guy, what's his name? Can't think of his name off the top of my head. He's just brought out his course anyway, and he's been like the guru and trainer to the Hollywood elite on diet and exercise and this sort of thing. And his program is selling for, I think he's selling it for $5,000 for a 12-week course. So something like that you could have if people aren't interested in the Venus thing, because they might want something where they interact with some celebrity person who is going to keep them on track for everything and is going to virtually guarantee them results if they follow his course. And there's going to be sort of interaction with him every week or every 3 days or whatever he's doing it with. I wish I could remember his name. It'll come to me. So you might want to sell that, because I think he offers like a couple of grand in commission. So it's a nice sale. So if they don't buy the Venus, you can send them up there. If they say, oh, well, I like the idea, but it's too much for me, you want a downsell, you want something else that they can get involved in. So you might be able to find some affiliate offer, or maybe even a PLR. PLRs, for those of you who don't know, they are products that have been created by people that you have the rights to sell as your own. So you might get a PLR ebook, for example, or a set of videos on how to lose weight, and you can sell them that for $7 or whatever. So that's your funnel. You've got it going through, and if they don't buy, they can go up, and if they don't buy there, they can come down, and so on. Okay. And then you get your emails, because as I say, even if you're doing really well on your funnel and you're getting 30% buying, which you can do if you do it right, you won't do it as one of the masses. You'll be lucky if you get 3%, very lucky if you get 5%. But those people that haven't bought were interested in what they opted in for. And you've now got them on your email list. Why didn't they buy? Maybe they didn't trust you. They didn't know you. They didn't like you. Maybe they felt it was not the right thing, not the right time for it. Maybe they've got other matters on their mind that they've got to attend to first, and they were thinking of coming back to it later. There are lots of reasons why people don't buy. No, it's not John Barban, Remy. He's a Colombian guy. I can't think of his name at the moment. He's 64 and he looks like he's 40 or something like that. Anyway, I will I will find out his name, and I'll put it there for you or something at some stage. So your emails, you need your emails. You need your emails to go out to those people. And once again, you're into copywriting. You need emails that are copywritten. You need to learn about writing copy, because those emails that are going out, and what I suggest you do is subscribe to some people's lists that are top marketers. Shakir Hussain, 2 multi-million-dollar businesses in 2 different opportunities within a 2 to 3 year period. In fact, it took him less than a year to get his Mobe business. Can't remember what Mobe stands for now, but it doesn't matter anyway. less than 12 months to get to $1 million in sales in his Mobe, in commissions rather, not sales. Sales will have been at least double that, because you only make 50% commission or something on it. So it took him less than 12 months using solo ads. So get on his list, look him up, Shakir Hussain. Let's just see if I can find a thing for him, and have a look at his emails. Have we got any that have come in? I'm on it. I'm on a few people's lists because I like to see what they're writing and the good stuff I save. Let's just find my swipe file for Shakir. So for Shakir, there we go. Have we got a link to his? There we go. I'll put this link. I'm sure that there'll be some way of subscribing or something here. I'll just pop that into the chat section. That's his website, and he's got a free live event. I'm not sure which that one is and whether it's still there. I mean, I just pulled that out of one of his emails. But subscribe to his list. If you go to shakirhussain.com, I'm sure there's a way of opting in, and you'll get all his emails, and you'll see the type of thing that he's sending out. Now, what he's sending now isn't what he was sending 3 years ago, because now he's selling like $10,000 upwards courses that he is running because of his success, but it'll still give you an idea about how he talks to his people and this sort of thing. So when you're on people's lists, just have a look at how they're communicating with you. Now, emails, it's important, not when you're so much starting, because you'll be able to just jolly along and you won't have that much money. But as you get into, once you're making maybe, I don't know, $5,000, a small amount, like $5,000 a month, you need to be looking at specialist email programs like Infusionsoft, which you can segment and track and move people from list to lists based on how they respond to the emails and whether they click links and all this sort of thing. And that way you can get people that are interested in different things and very sophisticated. But for that type of autoresponder, you're paying, can't remember what I pay, between $200 and $300 a month, which isn't bad actually, because I pay more than that for Aweber. If you've got a big list in Aweber, you'll pay more than that. And I've got autoresponders all over the place. But eventually you'll need something like Infusionsoft, and there are a few others, but Infusionsoft I think is the best. It's the one that I use. But you need to be able to craft those emails. You need the copywriting. You need to know how the sequence follows and how you can move people along so that 4 or 5 emails down the road, it's usually between about 5 and 7 or something like that. Most people that haven't bought, that were interested, start looking at buying, and you'll probably double your initial numbers by email 7. So if you had 10% bought on the day that they saw the offer, by email number 7 you've probably double that and you'll have 20% that bought. And if you're getting it up like 30-35% that bought, which is possible if you do it the right way, you can get that up to 70 and 80%. I was talking to another guy I know, and he gets amazing results. He gets like 80% open rate on his emails, and when he puts an offer out to buy, he gets like 70% buyers from his first email that he sends out for somebody to buy, because he's worked with his list so much that he knows exactly what they're interested in, exactly what they do, and they're all tagged and targeted, and he sends out an offer, and he's right up front. He said, look, I am selling this product. It's a new launch and I think it's right up your street, based on the conversations we've had in the past and everything else. Take a look at it. And he gets like 70% people buy because his emails are so targeted. And so once again, copywriting and crafting, you've got to know what you're doing there. And sales is essentially asking people to make a decision. It's telling people that, okay, this is what I think would be good for you. Do it now. And there are ways that you can help people make up their mind, and you'll see those. A lot of this is offer only available at this price for 3 days, or buy it now and you'll get these extra bonuses, bang, 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 bang. All these sort of things designed to get people to take action. Usually, if you've gone about things the right way, you've got the good traffic and your offer is crafted in the right way, and they've gone through the funnel in the right way, or they've been through the email process, all you really need to do is say, look, it's time. You made up your mind and got this because you need it, and they'll buy. So just do it now. Click the button. Okay, so that's what the process is. Now, as I say, I've not gone into depth on copywriting or crafting, but these are all things that you've got to know. I've got a question here. Do you know HQ funnels? No, I don't actually, Remy. I would tell you what though, the best program I know of for doing your squeeze pages, your funnels, it'll do your tracking, your conversions, it'll even build your membership sites, is what's his name, Russell's program. I've got a note of it somewhere, I can't remember. ClickFunnels. I'll put a link for that for you. You can take a look at that, and I think you get a free trial of it, so you can just try it out. Here we go. ClickFunnels. I found a link for that. It is an affiliate link. It's not something that I've promoted yet, but it is something that I do use. So it's in there as a sticky. ClickFunnels. As I say, I'm pretty sure you can get a free trial. I didn't bother with a free trial because I needed it, and I got it. And I can't remember what it starts at because I've got the top level, and the top level I think it's under $300 a month. Okay, but at the bottom level you can probably get it for, I don't know, $30 or $40. I can't remember. But you get a free trial. Take a look at ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is, in my opinion, the industry leader in doing that. I'll tell you what else I'll give you, because ClickFunnels, the way that ClickFunnels works is exactly the same way that WP Profit Builder works, that I told you about, and that's a plugin for your WordPress. And I think you can get that for about $30 once only payment. If I can find a link for that for you. Wouldn't you know it? I've not got it there. Well, sure, I had it there as well. No. If you check out the site, what I'll do is this replay is available, but if you go to the replay, soap.com live, I've put that in the chat. And I've missed a W out as well, so it should be www.soap.com live. The replay that goes in there, which I'll have up and sorted out later on today, I will put I will put a link in for WP Profit Builder, because it's a very handy program. Okay, so yeah, ClickFunnels. That's the link for it above in the chat section there. If you want to have a look at it, Remy. I say I'm sorry, I don't know the one you mentioned, HQ Funnels. I don't know it. Now we've done about an hour, maybe a little over. So if there are any questions, I will take them now and we'll answer any questions that you've got. So if you put them in the chat section. I'm wondering if I can find that ClickFunnels now while I'm waiting for you to. It's wpprofitbuilder.com, and it's a great program. And if you're in the Turnkey Cash Cow program, which I'm going to tell you about in a second, I build you a site and it's got WP Profit Builder in it. Sure, I've got it somewhere. Open. WP. Builder. There we go. I think this is it. Okay. Yep, got it. So here we go. Here's a link for Profit Builder. Once again, it is my affiliate link. You won't get it any cheaper, or it won't cost you any more for buying it through my affiliate link. And it doesn't really matter to me very much whether you do or you don't. Oh, I see you've got your link in there, Dime. Okay, no, that's fine. Mine is just below Dimes, but you can use either of them. It doesn't really matter. Use Dimes if you get the chance and it works for you. Profit Builder. It's for next to nothing. It's 30 or 40. It might not even be $40. I think it's 30. When it first came out, it was about 27, but these things tend to go up a little bit, don't they? So do we have any questions? Remy says ClickFunnels option. Yeah, 37 a month. Yeah. WP Profit Builder is a once only payment. ClickFunnels is a monthly because you're doing, but it's well worth it. 37 a month, you perhaps, well, it'll get you started, but I think you're probably going to need 97 a month. I have the 297 a month program. Any questions? No, Dime. I've not got a problem with you putting your link up there. As I say, if you want to look at it, use Dime's link, and he can make the commission if you buy it. It's not going to be much anyway. I don't know how much it is, but but help out your fellow people. I've not got any questions coming through. I thought you had some questions, Remy. I thought you were looking for some support on something. I know I did see something in Remy where he was asking for support. He was on about support from your sponsor if you're in a program. What I will say is, if you get support from your sponsor in a program, treat it as a bonus. Most sponsors, you'll get no support, and it depends on how much they're making from you, how much support they're going to give you. If they're making like $5 a month, then how much time do you think that's going to buy with them? None, really. So if they're making $50 a month, it might be worth a 20-minute call or something like that. If they're making $500 a month, then yeah, they'll probably have a couple of calls with you over the course of a month. If they're making $5,000 a month, then you can expect some really heavy support. But that's it. What support are you looking for, Remy? That's what we need to know. The quality of the answers is in the quality of the questions. So we need specific questions, and I can give you specific answers. You're saying, well, I need support. It doesn't tell me anything. What do you need support on? Well, while we got you here, there are two books I bought recently. Both excellent. I recommend them. You'll find them on Amazon. That's where I got them from. This is Bob Proctor's latest book, based on Think and Grow Rich. Thoughts Are Things. And Tony Robbins' Master the Game. Which is an excellent book as well. I'm saying it's excellent. I've only read the first chapter of this one. I've read a bit more of this one. So there's a couple of books that are there. What I'm going to tell you now is we have a program called Turnkey Cash Cow, and what that program does is it does everything that we've talked about for you. Essentially, it does your traffic, your leads, your squeeze pages, your funnels, your sales, your email follow-ups, the whole thing for the program. It produces residual income and it produces high ticket income. It does the whole thing rolled into one, and it has a guarantee that it has a guarantee that means that once you've paid your initial month one fee, you will never have to go in your pocket again. Okay, your commissions are going to cover all your ongoing expenses or all your basic minimum ongoing expenses. If you want to spend more, then that's up to you, but all the basic minimums are going to be covered, and if your commissions don't cover it, then we will top up your income until they do cover it. Okay, who might help me to set up a website? There is training in the back office. WordPress is the easiest thing to use, and there is, I think there are something like 30 different videos on WordPress, which you can go through to set up a website. If you take WP Profit Builder, they have their own training in how to set up squeeze pages and sales pages and membership sites and things. Is there a blueprint for beginners available somewhere? There are many of them online, but none of them. I've seen people that have tried to do, and I'm going to try and put something together, which is going to be coming out soon. We're having a whole total revamp of of the SOAP site, and we're also, people that are in Turnkey Cash Cow will be getting the benefit of a new site, which is 333.org, I think, or is it .net? I can't remember. Where we're going to be going through things, setting them up from day one. Now, in Turnkey Cash Cow, as I say, we're going to do it all for you and get you rolling and get you making money while you learn, because until you learn to do these things, you're never going to have the total independence that you seek from an online business. You might be making, I mean, we might get you to 5,000 or 10,000 a month or something like that over a period of time, even if you sit back and do nothing. But is that what you really want? Or do you want total independence? Do you want to be able to do what you want, when you want, where you want, with who you want, for whatever reason you want? That's what most people get involved in online business for. In level 1, there were a series of 10 videos which are no more available. Yes, there were, and they're not available because they're being moved into 333 for the Turnkey Cash Cow members, Remy. They're going to be updated, they're going to be expanded on, and and they're going to be in there. Also, as I say, I'm going to have a go at doing, you know, a 30-day sort of step-by-step plan, what to do. The problem with them is everybody is different, and if everybody follows the plan to the letter, if you say, look, place your ad on this site now, then everybody goes and places their ad on that site now, and it loses its impact. And so I've seen lots of step-by-step blueprints and none of them work. You've got to learn the basics yourself. Since I got online back in 1998, I've seen copy and paste systems where they say, you know, this is your system. All you do is you copy and paste. You copy and paste your website. You copy and paste your advertising material. You copy and paste whatever it is. It's all copy and paste. And they don't work. They don't work because you've got to be in that right mindset. You've got to be thinking about how you can give value, and you've got to be prepared to give value, and you've got to be looking at giving value and building relationships. And copy and pasting won't get you there. And there are some merits in a 30-day plan, and I'm going to try and put something together. But yes, those videos are going to be updated, and they will be in the 333 website, which is going to cover all sorts of wonderful things, how to get as much traffic as you want, how to make it profitable, how to do everything that you need to be able to do. And as I say, we'll get people that are joining Turnkey Cash Cow as an investment. It's a business really, but they're going to join it as an investment because they can put in their $2,000. It's just a little under $2,000, and sit back and we'll do everything, and it's never going to cost them any more, and gradually they will make more and more and more money from it. So we're going to get people that come in there, but the real benefit is for people that are going to come in and they're going to have that to fall back on. They've got it there as their sort of standby. They've got things that they can look at and see how it's done and what's happening there and what's going on. And at the same time, they will learn to add their own personality into things, their own desires, their own needs, their own values, and that will take them to the sky's the limit. And that's where the real benefit will come. The way to check the work you send out is to test it, Remy. It's the same for everybody. I've just spent probably £1,000 on Facebook advertising, testing lots of different things, whether it should be cost per click, OCPM, whether it should be directed at 35 and up, whether it should be 18 and up, whether it should be 40 and up, whether it should be just North America, whether it should be North America, UK, Germany, whether the headlines are right, whether we can improve on the headlines, whether we can, and all this is just testing and getting the results back and saying, okay, these results aren't good enough. How can we improve them? How can we improve what's going on? And as I say, we're doing that currently with Facebook advertising. We're doing it for the TCC campaign, which we'll be launching soon. And the reason we're doing that is so that we know what is working and what's not, because that is the only way you can check what you're doing. In 333.com, I will be available to critique stuff that you produce. And I will be able to say, you know, I think this might be better, or I think that might be better. But when I do that, you do it as a split test, because you never know what's going to work until you try it and you test it. So nobody, I don't care how long they've been in the business or any business or how much experience they've got, can write copy that they will guarantee will work and get the results that are desired. You start with the copy that you think is going to work, you test it and you tweak it, and you test it and you tweak it, and you test it and you tweak it, and it's an ongoing process. And that's something that you're going to have to learn to do. And you split test everything. So if you've got a squeeze page and the headline is attention internet marketers, if you want to make more money for less work, fill in your details below. Okay, you might want to change that to attention home business owners if you want to make more money for less work, and you'd run the two side by side and you see which one gets the best results. And you keep changing little things, colors, text, punctuation, pictures, graphics, anything, and that is the only way that you can check what you're sending out. And if you're doing solo ads, which is what I recommend that you do if you're starting, you buy a small amount, 200 to start with, something like that, because less than 200 you're probably not going to get enough results in to get a valid idea of what's going on. More than 200, you don't want to be really doing much more than 200 initially, because you want to see what results you get. Because you're going to do 200 and you're going to say, okay, I got 25% opt-in. You might get 40% opt-in, whatever it is. How can I improve it? And you understand that when you're doing a solo ad, it's not to sell anything. If you're doing a solo ad, it's to get people to opt in to your list. That's got to be your intention. And that is what you're looking at. How many can I get people to opt in? Once you've got people to opt into your list, then you move on with how can I build rapport? How can I progress this? How can I push them through a funnel, get them going through a funnel? And that's what you do. But yeah, in 333.org or .net, it's not .com, I think it's .org actually. We will be having weekly sessions where I will be critiquing people's work and giving more in-depth training on a single particular aspect. This is a free training for all and sundry, and it's designed to help you promote any business and understand any business. And that is what these are here for. Turnkey Cash Cow, I'm going to leave it till next week because we've progressed a lot here. But I'm going to put together a special offer for subscribers here. It's normally $2,000. Excuse me, $19.97 to get started. But I'm going to sweeten the deal for you somehow, and I've not really had time to think about it enough. So I'm going to put together a really good offer for next week, in that we'll be going through some of the stuff we've covered today, how we can do that, how it relates to TCC. We'll take one element of that and go into it in more depth, and then how you can use TCC to cover everything and avoid making losses, which is what most people are doing. You know, we survey people on a regular basis, and probably surveyed certainly over 5,000. Not sure whether we've got up to 10,000 people yet over a period of time. And the results always come back pretty much the same. 85% of people have not made any money. If they've been online for 3 years, they've spent $10,000 and upwards. Okay. And they've not made any money. And then you get a small percentage that are making like 100 or 200, might even be making 1,000 a month, and they're spending 200 or 300 of that. So it's really negligible what they're making. And then you've got what I sort of class as advanced marketers, if you like, that are making, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000 a month, and they think they're doing pretty well. And then you get the top sort of echelon that are making 30, 40, 50,000 and upwards. And that's where you want to be aiming for, because that's where you'll get true financial freedom. Okay. I have no more questions there, so I'm going to close this down. We've been going for an hour and a half anyway. And I promise that next week I will be more organized and I'll have a nice sweet deal for anybody that wants it on Turnkey Cash Cow. I'm not here to sell you anything today. But I will put those links on the replays just for anybody that wants them. Okay, that's it. God bless you all. Thanks for being here. Take it into heart and just go through the process. You've got to learn. And if it was easy, everybody would be wealthy. Could you make a list of worthwhile traffic sources as day per click, etc.? Don't know day per click. Pay per click, is that what you mean? Pay per click? I've never heard of day per click. I think we've got a list of solo ad providers in the back office at sawwp.com, and I think it's in the free members area. So I think it's in there, solo ad providers. Once again, if you're buying traffic, don't tell them how many you're going to buy, but ask them if they can deliver 5,000 and how long it'll take them. And if they can't do 5,000, find another list, because it means that they've got too small a list. You can't scale up. They're probably all just swap addresses. You know, they swapped them with somebody else. So all the people that have got these and they're selling them, they're not going to be of much value. But I mean, you can just Google pay-per-click and find lots of sources for them. But you've got to test them. You've got to test them for your niche and your offer and your copy. And the hottest places at the moment are two. Facebook, which is going to cost you more. I think our Facebook leads are coming in at the moment between £3 and £5. Okay, for a lead. That's pound, not dollars. So we've got to get that down, and we will by gradually testing and segmenting. But that's what they're costing us at present, and you've got to be prepared for that. And the other one, as I mentioned at the beginning, is YouTube pay-per-click. That is the hot place at the moment, and you will probably, if you do things right with YouTube, you can probably get leads there for certainly under $1, probably get leads for under $1. And if you do it right, they can be targeted. I mean, that's a whole training session on its own. I mean, it could be a week's training, but it's there. And there is lots of stuff you will find online about pay-per-click on YouTube. Have a look at some of the stuff. There is a program I use, VRoll. VRoll.com, I think it is. If you have a look at that basically helps you do all the things. It helps you source the videos to advertise on, and it helps you place the ads and everything. You don't even need to, as I say, to have your own videos. I think it's VRoll it's called. Good program. But once again, you pay. It's monthly. I can't remember what I pay for that now. A few $100s. I can't remember. But those are probably the two best places. Facebook, because you can target very, very narrowly, and YouTube. Once again, you can target well, and you have to just be a bit more careful about you. If you send into a squeeze page with YouTube, it's Google. So your squeeze page can't be just a bare squeeze page. You need perhaps a menu bar and terms and conditions, disclaimers, and a bit more copy than you would on a normal squeeze page. But other than that, very good. Yeah, how to do this on YouTube. If you Google that, pay-per-click on YouTube, you'll get a lot of stuff. Okay, that's it from me for this week. And as I say, next week, I'll be going into more depth on some of this stuff, and we'll pick one of the topics. We'll go into more depth on it, and I'll put together a really sweet offer for Turnkey Cash Cow. So get your piggy bank ready. It's normally $19.97, and I think I'll probably add a lot of value to that rather than dropping the price, because the price is, I believe, too low anyway. But anyway, I'll see you all next week, and I'll as I say, I'll have some really sweet deals for you, and I hope that's been useful, and God bless you all. Bye now.